Hello, everyone, and welcome to our first ever podcast at Flow Ninja. Actually, we had some tries a while back, I think, but this is like the first official setup of our Flow Search podcast. First of all, I want to kind of introduce myself and Mihajlo, like kind of on the left, and go over some of the details on what we plan to have on the podcast itself. So, Mihajlo, let's start from your side.
Hey guys, my name is Mihajlo, and you haven't seen my face. I'm like this gentleman right here. I'm a business development manager here at Flow Ninja, and essentially my job is to make all of our clients feel like they came to a six-star hotel. We are an agency, and sometimes that does sound like we're just guns for hire, but we really do try to have like a full experience with all of our clients. I'm like the first line of defense when it comes to that. Hi everyone.
Yeah, and then for my side, I'm the founder and CEO at Flow Ninja. And recently, I've been doing a little bit of media management, but yeah, hopefully, I'm gonna be moving away from that pretty soon. Basically, I started Webflow in 2015, something like that. I was actually looking at the timestamp you have kind of on the account that it was 2015. So I've been in Webflow for the longest time, and kind of we're currently scaling kind of one of the biggest in-house teams ever, like in Europe or maybe around the world, because I know a lot of teams are remote and I love that, but like we have a pretty tight community here at the office in niche and like in everybody's in house. So kind of we're trying to build a community like in Webflow and also at the office, etc., etc.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah. One of the things like kind of what was your idea when we started a podcast? Kind of when I came to you and said, okay, I want to start a podcast. Kind of what was your first initial thought and like what was your idea? What is it gonna be about?
My first initial thought was, oh my god. Because what you guys probably don't know about Uros, but he has about 472 ideas per day, and it's very easy to follow them, but some of them like they're small, some of them are like pretty huge, like this one. And I'm not the one that likes to be in front of a camera a lot, but he kind of convinced me it's going to be a good idea. So yeah, I think it is. But yeah, essentially, I mean, thinking about the whole fact that we are building a community right here in Niche, Serbia, with all of our employees here that are from Niche, and we come to the office every day and we talk about different things, Webflow. It seemed like a good idea because recently we had like the Webflow conference watch party, and there was a bunch of people that wanted to come and join and learn more about Webflow and what we do and how we do it. Basically this seemed like a logical step to be taken. So.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, like on my side, I want to bring, like, say, the community part. We want to grow the community in the Balkan region, in the European region, like that we have a strong community there. And then also maybe give a different perspective because you know that I always try to be focused on kind of business growth and kind of how can Webflow be as like just another tool that businesses can use to grow faster, better, and like realize like ideas much better. And I would love to kind of through the series, like hopefully every single Wednesday, we'll see how far we go with that, to go ahead and explain all of the possible use cases of Webflow, like on the marketing side, on the development side, on the technical side, and just give a lot more ideas to the marketing departments, engineering departments, CEOs, and many other people on what Webflow can be used for. And then also probably in the future, kind of the community is going to be able to see that and like suggest all of those same ideas like back to kind of their clients or like anybody else on that front.
Exactly. I mean, it's like the first time that you and I spoke about Webflow and everything because for people that don't know me, I don't have a technical background. I have a background in like journalism and sales and marketing and stuff like that. So I had basically no idea about Webflow. And the first time we talked, you spoke a lot about the technical aspect of it, which was awesome. I understood probably like 7.5% of it, but for me it was more important about what can it do for like a regular man, for me as like a marketer and someone who's interested in marketing and how to improve the website and how to improve whether it's like inbound leads or conversion rates or just like, oh, how can I put the copy there so it looks amazing with the design. So the practical implication of Webflow is something that personally interested me, and hopefully it will interest a lot of people. So
yeah, it actually influenced like even our YouTube strategy like since the day you came, because like as I've been in Webflow for like from 2015, like right now like 7 6 7 years. I don't know, I'm not the best one with maths, but looking at that I was also focused, okay, people know that that's possible, but we have like around 0.9% of market share at the moment like for Webflow, and like everybody that's gonna come to Webflow next year is gonna have zero clue like what a CMS is, what any of those things is, like what you can you do with the Webflow CMS. Is it gonna be just for the blog or not? And like for everybody in our team, like that comes as natural. So like when you came actually with like Webflow knowledge, that was pretty interesting to understand and realize, okay, not everybody actually knows all the super technical things.
Exactly, and it's much easier to explain to clients, what your literally like how will it cure your pain points? Like what's it gonna do that's gonna help you mitigate all the troubles you're having now, whether it's like the speed of the website, whether it's just the inability to edit everything on spot and then just see the end result immediately and say like maybe I should change this or change that. So yeah, it's definitely, I mean, we've been together for what 6-7 months now, and I'm gonna sound cheesy, but yeah, Webflow changed my life.
Webflow changed my life. I think it did. Like it opened up a lot of new opportunities, like because WordPress was so saturated and maybe the agencies became so big like that it was pretty hard to become the biggest player kind of in WordPress, and like we came at the right time to Webflow, and that unlocked like many of the new opportunities for job like yourself, and like kind of career shifts, even though you planned to work on content marketing but ended up in business development.
Yeah,
but that was just a natural flow of everything.
I mean, the thing is, as someone who comes from a very like corporate background, where I mean I worked in a company that has 500 people, and coming to an agency where you have 26 people, where everything is done spontaneously but not without a plan, where you can have the freedom to say, oh, look at this, let's try this. And like Elon Musk said a few days ago on Twitter, like, oh, Twitter is going to do some dumb stuff in the next couple of months, and then we'll keep what works and we'll change what doesn't, which really correlates with me and resonates with me. And I really love that way of just working, because that's kind of the benefit that agencies give you, like smaller agencies per se, but just helps you evolve in a more spontaneous and natural way. And then you can just expand upon everything. I mean, like this podcast, I mean, we haven't talked about this like a month ago. We just said like 10 days ago, oh, let's do it. So yeah, let's do it and we'll see what pans out.
Yeah, hopefully like every single Wednesday, like in like that we're gonna be recording the podcast, and like that a lot of people are actually gonna give suggestions, and maybe even some business use cases of kind of how Webflow was used for some specific businesses. I mean, I was trying to pull like, because I started to plan out like the kind of topics we're gonna be doing for the next series, and usually like just seeing, okay, this client did this, like for example create a huge resource center, and like just explaining the business use case behind the whole resource center for that specific client can open up a lot of doors, like some of the direct marketing campaigns, switching the website to real-time marketing, which I feel like is like the most useful thing for Webflow, instead of working on a like rebrand by rebrand basis and just having a marketing website that doesn't stand in the way, like things we've done also for our marketing website internally, like in terms of SEO, like we're doing conversion rate optimization, and like even our agency is like structured like a complete marketing website that is constantly evolving, maybe breaking sometimes, unfortunately.
That doesn't happen.
That happens sometimes, like because we make changes like pretty quickly. But yeah, like that, like we even try to treat our own agency like as a business and like our client, and like make all of the adjustments on our front.
Exactly. I mean, I think that's important as well, because sometimes companies, agencies, they kind of neglect that part where they're all about, okay, let's just work on whether it's outbound leads and just get more clients. They actually forget that they are their own client. Like that's kind of like, that's the first thing. It's like you're your own client, your employees are like your clients, not like that, but I mean that's kind of the first thing in my mind that's the most important, like for all of us to be kind of happy and content with everything we're doing. Just because I know from experience, I'm a little bit older than everyone, so I have a little bit more experience, but it's just that when everyone's content and everyone's working towards the same goal, again, I'm just gonna switch back to this spontaneity of things. Everything comes naturally. So if you work on yourself and on the people you work with, and you have a really good relationship, like things are just gonna go smoothly. Not always completely smooth, but yeah, there's gonna be bumps along the road, which is perfectly normal. But yeah, it's gonna be really, really good.
Cool. Yeah. So like maybe to finish it off, like, so what are the most questions you get from our clients? Like, because like you're the first one that gets on the call like with everybody, like after like we have a technical call afterwards. What are maybe the most asked things about like that clients ask that's not clear to like when they discover Webflow?
So without getting into technical details, because that's not my area of expertise.
Yeah,
But, yeah, actually what they ask about the most are the processes. So what I've come to realize is that agencies, freelancers, obviously, they don't have established processes because probably they're like, oh, we're an agency, we're just gonna go like one step at a time and then we'll see where we'll get, which is okay. But even like with us, we don't have like a strict hierarchy where we have like a pyramid like this. We have more of a linear one. But there has to be a process where you can explain to the client, okay, in the first, like, okay, this is the first call we're going to meet now, and then we're going to have a technical call, and then we're going to do this, and we're going to do that, because that gives them like a sense of comfort, I guess. I mean, they're sure that they're in the right hands and that you know what you're doing. So literally 85% to 90% of clients ask, okay guys, how does it actually work? How do we start working with you? What's the first step? What's the second step? And are you gonna be there for us? I mean, like, what I always stress out is that we're super big on communication, which really is true. And we're like always transparent, and we're always like, okay, you're gonna get updates at this time, at that time. We're gonna talk through everything, and essentially we're gonna find the best solution together. And that's the whole point, like, just to, as I like to say, just to move from that basic business to business relationship more towards a partnership, which actually entails you speaking with clients and realizing that, I mean, they're human as well, they have their own concerns. And you're there to walk them through the whole process and to make them feel like, okay, I've been heard here, and yeah, this is where I want to be, and these are the people I want to work with.
Yeah, and then telling them like probably pretty openly, like if they have problems in gathering content. We just kind of realized like one of our clients had problems in like to actually gather content before starting the designs, and like just being open about kind of we are not gonna start before you get that, but then also we do understand you like that you need to gather 7 different people like in 7 different stakeholders before you can proceed with the website.
Yeah.
But that could be okay. We're gonna like we can finish it off. That's gonna be like the first topic, like the whole process, how to develop a full Webflow website. Kind of like that's gonna be our first episode in like for next Wednesday, and just explaining everything, like all of the steps in the process, everywhere we maybe fucked up, like on our side, everywhere where kind of clients can kind of make mistakes, and kind of how can that be kind of documented in the best way possible.
Yeah, disclaimer, so we just literally came up with a topic for next week, so
Yeah, that's how you get the best ideas.
speaking of spontaneity,
Speaking of spontaneous ideas. So yeah, if you have any questions about kind of like the overall Webflow process, like how can businesses actually use Webflow to grow better, and maybe some of the questions like you have for your agency, feel free to kind of drop links down below. And like after the intro, kind of we're gonna be diving deep into every single episode, kind of into the topics much deeper, and actually hopefully giving some kind of useful advice there.
okay, yeah. I think we're ready to wrap up. So yeah, hopefully you guys will respond to this in a nice way. So please be kind to us. It's our first time, and yeah, we'll definitely step this up from next Wednesday.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, always here.